Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. Hey, before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification if you're new here. Welcome. Hey, what we're gonna do here? We talk about moments of reality TV shows. I'm your host, Glenn. Been a minute since we dropped the video, but we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about season 9, Love Is Blind, episode 8, 7, 8, and 9. After fiery start to the Love Is Blind, episode 1 through 6 was kind of up and down. Had moments, right? It gave you a lot of things to talk about, right? Did the momentum keep up? Hey, let's get into it, right? Let's get into it. But hey, once again, but if you're here, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification. We're gonna jump into it. Episode number 7 of Love Is Blind, right? We picked up love. We pick up where we left off on episode 6. We see Madison and Joe. This was a mess, right? Madison and Joe. Joe had a rough night, right? Joe had a rough night where he was drunk, inebriated, messed up, tore up from the floor up, whatever you want to call it. And we saw Madison left off sitting there crying in the corner, right? Their relationship is just a roller coaster. Their relationship just has nothing but tension, right? Madison is trying to get some space and literally crying outside. And Joe seems completely oblivious to what's going on, right? He has no clue to what is going on. Are you crying out there? Yes. I can't hear you because of the waves. What? Well, I'm going to get back in bed. And Joe literally gets back in bed, doesn't go check on Madison whatsoever. Right? Then he gets up. Well, then she gets dressed, gets changed, getting her night clothes, hop into bed. And as soon as she hops in bed, he gets up. I'm like, bruh. To me, I'm reading that like, you don't want to be around me? You don't want to be near me? But he gets up and he gets up and makes himself a snack, right? Man, she is furious, right? She is totally still upset with Joe. She gets up and actually goes to another room. She gets up and goes to another room, and he's in the bed just asleep. Whatever Joe is drinking, I don't want none. And I'm not even a drinker, right? Whatever he needs to leave that sauce alone, that fire water, just leave it alone, Joe. Right? So we didn't end up seeing them apologize. She ends up apologizing to him. They say I love you to each other. To be honest, this relationship is not good, right? It feels so forced, right? Especially from Joe's side. We talked about, if you watch episode 1 through 6, I don't think Joe really likes her. I don't think Joe cares for her because of her physique, because of the way she looks. It's not because what he's used to. It's forced. But we'll talk about a little bit more than a little bit later. All right. Then we see Anton and Allie. They was outside sitting in some kind of chairs, right? There was the springy chairs, and I don't know. There's not much. The only thing that we talked about with them was, could I paint your toenails? And could I paint your fingernails? And Anton was like, no. Allie like, well, Anton then said, if I had a daughter, I might let her paint my nails. But other than that, sometimes they seem on the opposite end of the spectrum. Sometimes they don't seem like they match up together, but they've been calm so far, right? They hadn't had any issues and everything works out, except for the fact that he spilled some wine in this while they was together. But whatever. All right, then meanwhile we see Megan and Jordan and dealing with some post-pool party blues. If you know, Jordan was a little tipsy in the pool party as well, and Megan got annoyed with Jordan, right? She's sitting there, she's crying in tears to Jordan, talking about, I don't see us as a power couple, right? She said I don't see us. We was a power couple there. In Jordan fashion, right? I like Jordan. He's cool, right? Doesn't argue, even though he's still inebriated, right? Still intoxicated. He still has his wits about him. He's still thinking. He's still a little smart. He's like, well, but do you see Jordan and do you see Madison and Joe as a power couple? She started thinking. Well, do you see KB and Edmond as a power couple? She even think a little bit more. Do you see Nick and Annie as a power couple? No. That conversation died real quickly. He killed that conversation with a quickness by asking all those questions. Like, y'all just met the rest of these couples. You're just here at the pool party, and you want to be a power couple already? Now, was he annoying for acting like a frat boy? Sure, definitely, right? But to Jordan's credit, right? He just steps up and takes accountability and promises to be better for her, right? Which is a mature move by him. He didn't get it. He didn't turn it into an argument. He didn't make it weird. He didn't make it frustrating. He turned the thing around. Maturity for Jordan. Point for Jordan. avoid the argument at all costs, right? That's what he did here. They were speaking of needing to be better, right, and make it better. We see Edmond and KB, right? From we know where they left off in episode 6 of Love Is Blind. Edmond in the bed crying because he's not getting no cookie, right? No coochie, no love, no goody, none of that, right? Edmond, I take my hat off to Edmond here. He actually apologizes for his temper tantrum, right? Of not getting intimate, right? He does acknowledge what we all think, right? He acknowledges that he acknowledges that KB was not lying. He acknowledged that he has been selfish. He says he understands she wants to wait, right? He said he understands her wanting to wait. It's a good apology, right? He does apologize. Normal here. And KB was honest with it. She didn't lie. I like the fact that she's kind of honest in most cases. She said, but I'm still hung up on it. And she admits, I'm a little stuck on yesterday. I accept your apology. I love you. I know who you are. I care about you. But guess what? I am still stuck on yesterday, and it's going to take a minute, right? This tension ain't definitely not going away anytime soon. But the apology that he gives and her accepting the apology and her her letting him know, look, I accept your apology, but I want you to know that I'm still mad. I'm still stuck on this. It's pretty good, right? It's healthiness, right? And you can see the healthiness in this relationship, in this scene between Edmond and KB, because they're able to communicate their feelings with each other, right? Finally, in episode 7, because I'm not going to go through all the other stuff, because some of this, actually 7, 8, and 9 was boring, right? In my opinion. Y'all let me know in the comment section, was it boring to you, right? 7, 8, 9, all the fireworks was in 1 through 6 so far, all right? Fine, and so here, final couple, episode 7. We have Nick and Annie. They have a real strange circular fight where Annie keeps insisting she wants him but don't need him. And I'm sitting there like, she started this thing out real good, and then she went to negative, then she good. It seemed like she was inebriated. It seemed like she was intoxicated. It seemed like something is really off there. We talk about Edmond having something off, and I'm not diagnosing anybody, right? Not doing that. But this scene with Annie seemed like something wasn't right. It seemed because Nick was being, and my hat's off to Nick because he didn't argue, didn't fuss, didn't complain. He kept cool, trying to reason with her. There's a point in time. There's some people that you can't reason with when they're just going back crazy. And I think she was just going back crazy here. Like she was trying, and Nick was trying hard to understand what she was even talking about. I was trying hard to figure out what she was talking about. I don't know if you guys were trying to figure out what she was talking about, but I was. I watched this scene a couple times, and I still couldn't understand what Annie was talking about. But I love you, but we're together, and I want you, but I don't need you. But I love you though. Weird, right? It seemed like she was trying to create some drama. Stop talking about other couples when y'all come back from this party. I don't care about other couples. Focus on your stuff. And it seemed like Annie couldn't focus, right? Man, she couldn't focus at all, right? So she created drama where there isn't any drama. It's a little bit of a red flag, to be honest with me. If I'm Nick, and I know we all got red flags about Nick. Nobody likes Nick. But if I'm Nick, I'm looking at Annie like, what in the world? And that was episode number 7. We'll move on to episode number 8. It's called Stripping the Veil. Here, right? It's we find the couples is about moving together. This episode is about moving together and meeting the families, right? Moving together and meeting the family. Episode 8 was about moving together and meeting the family. Here it is. We start with Annie and Nick, right? We left off with Annie and Nick. We start with Annie and Nick. Annie and Nick are squashing their weird fight when Annie apologized for being so passionate. No, you wasn't passionate. You was weird. It wasn't passionate at all. It was weird. You might call it passionate, but it was weird. Wasn't it me? Also, her hair, her tracks, all that looked just a mess. I don't like talking about women's hair, but it looked a mess. But anyway, not passionate. Use the correct words. It's weird, right? Later, we see she visits his house in the mountains. Now, my man, my brother, hey, dude got everything that you want in this house. He got skis. He got a ice boat. He got a nice 1965 car, convertible. Hey, Nick is living large, right? I see why he loves his house so much. He lived in the mountains. He goes fishing. He goes hunting. He built a simulator machine. His house is like that. right? His house, Nick is living large. This guy has trophies all over the place. He ran, I don't even, it was a marathon or decathlon, whatever he said he ran. Lot medals. He has trophies. He's a very athletic guy, right? After Annie visited his house, she basically realized that she kind of hit the jackpot, right? She realized that, hey, this dude got some things. And he ain't gonna move in with. I don't think he's gonna move in with her. They talked about that in negotiation. Like, well, we can move here in the summer, move here in the winter. We can do this, that, and the other. I don't know how far apart they live with each other, but yeah, I know she owns a salon and all that. Yeah, you might want to consider living with the dude because that's where his money's at, right? He's a luxury jewelry dealer. Yeah, that's where he's at. Live there. All right. Then we go to Madison and Joe. You guessed it. That's right. Madison, you got it, ladies and gentlemen. Madison and Joe be arguing over the stupidest things. He talks about because him and the guys had a conversation, you know, do they all feel each other? Are they feeling each other here? Or are they all ready for marriage? And they're like, nah, not yet. I'm not 100% sure. So Joe shares that. He shares his emotions. He shares his feelings with Madison. And guess what? It turned into an argument. Joe admits that he's not all the way in there, not all the way there yet. And Madison even takes her ring off for a hot second before putting it. Took a ring off. I'm putting this on ice. Like he's sharing his feelings. Not that he doesn't love you, not that he doesn't want to be with you, that he's not in with you. He's telling you the same thing you told him, right? I'm not all the way there yet, but she said she's all the way in. She's like, I'm head first. Why did you propose to me in the pods? Because I want to marry you, but this is different. That's the pods. We're outside the pods. Haven't you watched this show? I'm just saying, right? This relationship is toxic. It goes in cycles, right? It goes in cycles, and I don't think Joe's all the way there. But when she meets his family, she is totally neutral, and she wins them over completely. All right, she wants this to work so bad, right? She wants this to work so bad, but Joe ain't there yet. She needs this to work so bad, but guess what? Joe's not there yet. She needs this to work bad, and Joe is not. I want to say one more time for the people in the back. Joe is not there, and that's the biggest issue they have in their relationship. She's invested, and Joe is inebriated. No, I'm just joking. She's invested, but Joe's not there. Now we move on to Jordan and Megan. Right? We see Jordan's apartment, and you guessed it. It is not huge. He said it wasn't huge, right? He has a room. His son, Luca, has a room which is all decked out in spaceship stuff and has an animal that one of his Luca's mom's friend made for him. Hey, good room, nice place. You can see Jordan's a good dad, right? The house is clean. It's well taken care of. Everything is good. It seemed like he cleaned it himself, right? He knew that Love Is Blind was coming, and he wanted to make sure that his house was straight. What it is, all right? They sit down and they talk about, you know, Megan. Like, I'm not sure. The real highlight is Jordan meeting Megan's mom and sister. But before we even get there, Megan is confused about about meeting Luca's mom and what if they're gonna like her, what's gonna happen, are they gonna be a beef? There's none of that, right? He's like, no, there's not gonna be beef. Which is Luca's mom. Skylar has her own man. We're not gonna have an issue. It's gonna be nice and easy. And she is really worried. She's really panicked about this whole Luca's mom situation and meeting Luca. They had a discussion about buying things, and he's like, you don't have to buy Luca anything. He just want quality time, right? You ain't got to spend $100 on a Lego set. You ain't got to spend $100 on all this other stuff. Take him outside and spend time with him. That's what I do. I want Luca to understand the value of money. I want Luca to understand that you have to work for things. I want Luca to understand. I don't know. Is it y'all? Is it me? Or just Megan jumping into this mother thing real quick? Like, she's jumping into being Luca's mom real quick instead of being Jordan's fiance or Jordan's girlfriend, soon to be Jordan's wife. Take your time, young lady. Take your time. It's a moments in time. Have a moment, have a season, right? Take your time with this. But then again, Jordan meets Megan's mom and sister. It's also an emotional day for them. It's the anniversary of Megan's dad's passing. What's the coincidence of that, right? How did that work out? Her sister even shares a dream where their late father approved of Jordan. It's kind of interesting how that all pans out. it worked out. I do believe in people having visions and dreams, so it worked out, right? Jordan, Megan's mom started making jokes. It wasn't funny, but talking about his sleeves. You got sleeves. Anyway, mom joke. Let's move on. It's a beautiful, powerful scene, right? And Jordan handles it with such grace. Even asking Megan's mom for permission to marry Megan. And it was good, right? Megan's mom and sister both approved. They like Jordan. They understand that this may be good for Megan. It wasn't, I just thought about what if she brought Mike? Would have been good for her. But anyway, we'll talk about Mike and Megan later. All right. Then Anton and Allie meets up with Anton's friends, and then the bathroom break happened. Right. They go to the Allie goes to the bathroom with Anton's friend's girlfriend Melissa, who they've been dating for 4 months, and they start having girl talk in the bathroom. And Melissa decides that it's a perfect time to tell Allie about Anton's past love for strip clubs, for partying, for hanging out, for being the drunk, for being a party guy. And Allie was like, I don't think I'm ready for that. It's kind of not what she signed up for, right? Melissa, you're being a snitch. Melissa, you're talking too much. You're sharing too much information, right? You ain't supposed to tell all that. She ain't supposed to know all that, right? Because we saw Anton and Allie had a good little moment. They both working. Coming home at night, they got together. They both work nights, and she works at hospital. He drives trucks, and they both came out at night. They had some steak and eggs. Steaks were looking good, right? They had a good moment, and now they go out, and you're dropping dimes, and this man has no clue. This man's in the back. He's sitting there chilling with his boy, like, yeah, they think about moving to Florida together. They may not live in Colorado. Man has no clue that you just snitched. He has no clue that you just dropped a dime. He has no clue that you just told, and he's about to walk in the fire. Right? She snitches. It's a whole new drama, right? Everybody was waiting. What was going to be Anton and Allie's thing? Here it is. This is Anton's and Allie thing, and it would probably be problematic, right? Allie comes to the table. It's like, you're right now. Yeah, but we're not going to talk about this now. And Anton has no clue. And Allie is not happy, right? Hey, then we go to the last part of episode 8. We go to KB meets Edmond's mom. I like Edmond's mom, right? She was, you could tell she's been through some things, but you could also tell that she's gotten a clear head on her shoulders now. And her mom and Edmond's mom, she absolutely nailed it, right? When KB makes Edmond's mom, she's respectful, she's charming, she's nice, she's like you. Y'all, man, we're black. You know how you do when you being a black mama. You are respectful, right? Now you say the right things, you do the right things, you talk right. And her mom Edmond's mom really shared, and I don't know what else they shared, but she got emotional. Talk about all Edmond's brothers, how they married, and there's her other daughter-in-laws, and she's happy that Edmond actually found somebody, right? She also mentioned that her and I think the sister was creeping, internet watching, Facebook, Instagram peepers, right? They peeped out KB's Instagram, and she was like, at first she wasn't impressed, right? She was skeptical, right? She wasn't sure about KB, but when she met her in person, she really likes her, right? Is it me? Or we didn't see any quirkiness? We didn't see any weirdness, anything that could be construed from Edmond when his mom was around? Like the prayer, great prayer, normal when he prayed for the food, normal prayer. Everything seemed like it was smooth. Didn't get any vibe. Even when KB left for a minute, you didn't see the quirkiness come out around his mama. I'm just not saying, is it an act? Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Hey, I'm just observing. Only talk about what I see on TV. And what I did not see, I didn't see the quirkiness from Edmond when his mama was there. And that was episode number 8. And we move on to episode number 9. All right. Episode number 9. This is where things got a little bit wild. Not always in a good way, but you know how it is. First, we start off with Jordan, and I work out. I take protein shakes. I have never, and I mean never, seen anybody take chicken and Crystal Light and mix that crap together. That is so nasty. right? And I'm not even joking. He blended chicken and Crystal Light. Talking about he got his 55 grams of protein. I will get my protein some other way. That was nasty. I'm sorry. That was nasty. All right. I'm that's nasty. So I'll move on with Megan and Jordan because I don't know about y'all. That was nasty. But Jordan and Megan, all right, they go house hunting. They're looking for a house. They look at this mansion. I mean, they look at this big house, and I mean big house, right? The house is worth. The realtor said it's worth about 2.2. Worth $2 million. Had everything they needed, like 6 bedrooms, own office, different spaces, and you could tell look on Jordan's face like, I can't afford this here. I can't afford this house at all. On a good day, I can't afford this house. And, and he's starting to feel a financial burden. Like, I don't want her to take care of me. I don't want her to have to do this. And I sit here and I'm thinking, y'all doing this together because when you marry, her money becomes your money. Your money become her money. Her money becomes your money. The two become one. That's the way I think. Maybe I'm old school. Y'all guys have your different thoughts. Hey, the two become one when you got money like this, right? And she said her house in LA, if she sells, is worth $1.5 million. And so they would have to have a $500,000 mortgage. Break that down monthly. You do the math on that. I didn't do the math. It could work. Now, if I'm her and my financial need, if my house in California is worth $1.5 million, and I'm gonna get $1.5 million, I'm gonna buy a house in Colorado that's worth $1.5 million, so I don't have to have a marriage. I don't have to have a mortgage, and then we can figure out the rest of the bills later, right? That's how I'm thinking. Maybe she's not thinking like that. Maybe she feels like she gotta have a mortgage. Anyway, Jordan feels the financial burden, right? Which is very real and valid concerns, right? Because her wealth, she's very wealthy. We do find out here with Jordan and Megan that she did meet up with Luca's mom and everything went well. It was like easy peasy, right? As we mentioned, she was smooth with it. It was calm, it was cool and collective, and it was good. And now over to Nick and Annie, right? Nick and Annie, she meets his family, right? They love her, right? Nick's mom gives her some solid advice here. Just give him space. When he gets quiet, just give him space. Yeah, when he gets quiet, give him space. No, it's very positive, right? He has a very positive, supportive family. It's a supportive meetup. It was a decent meetup. And I think she understands a little bit more about Nick. I just worry about Annie. Weird. Just weird, right? But then here's, ladies and gentlemen, we get to what we all came for in this episode number 9. What we all wanted to watch, what we all wanted to see. We all wanted to see what would happen when some of these people would meet up from the people from the pods. And here I was like wondering, like, how did some of the women know the guys? Everybody with Instagram watching, right? This was a little messy, so let's get into it, right? When they meet up's a little messy. First, we see Patrick come in. He's all happy-go-lucky. Hey. It's a cowboy thing, and everybody's on the cowboy theme things these days. First, we find out Patrick got completely ghosted by Casey, right? They talked. He tried to talk to her. They kept chatting back and forth, trying to meet up. And then when he said something about, I think getting the ring back, phone call stopped. She's like, basically, you ain't getting this ring back. You gave me the ring. I'm going to keep the ring, and we're not going to talk anymore. Dang, Patrick. How many times does this woman have to screw you over? And she's keeping the ring, right? She's keeping the ring. Oh, man, Mike shows up, man. Money Mike, right? Shows up and tries to shoot. He tried it. Him and Megan have a conversation. And she's kissed Jordan and everybody's comfortable. It's cool at this point. Megan and Mike have a conversation. And truth be told, he like, I was going to see you message in your DMs. Yeah, I really was going to send you a message in the DMs. But I didn't. And she's like, I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. She said, he asked her, did she feel like she made a mistake, right? And she's like, nah, I didn't make a mistake at all. I didn't make a mistake. I picked the person I wanted to pick. And I'm happy being with the person that I'm happy with. And I thought that was great, man. She shot him down in a good way. All right, in a good way. Mike apologizes for making Megan cry in the pods, right? It was, but he really tried to shoot, and he was really trying to shoot a shot. Like, is there a kink between you and Jordan? Is everything okay? Everything all right? Like, he really wanted to make, like, if it wasn't all right, he said, I came here to, like, try to be with you. Basically what he said. I came here to try to basically be with you and make you have a decision. And I thought she did a great job. Megan did a great job shutting Mike down. Kudos to Megan. Because it's all about Jordan. I didn't think she would be that head over heels over Jordan. But from what I see, she's all in with Jordan. All right. Then we get to see Patrick and Annie. And this was interesting to me as well. Patrick tries to claim she was his number one all along. He claims that she was, you were my number one, Annie. And she was like, well, if I was number one, when I left, you quickly went on to somebody else. You quickly moved on to Casey. You quickly asked her to be engaged to you. And he's like, well, what was I supposed to do? She wanted you to leave with her. But she ghosted you. She didn't tell you she was leaving. So that was weird to me. Like, you didn't tell this dude was leaving. What is he supposed to do? Is he not supposed to ask anybody else? Is he not supposed to continue the process? Because guess what? And he brought it up. You had a number one, and you had a number two. And we all know Anna. All right? She was leaning toward Blake. Oh, she wanted Blake. Blake was her number one, and Patrick was her number two. So what are you mad at him for? Because you're in a process. You're in a game. Right? You're in a game. Let's not clap it up. And you're doing the same thing he did. Because if he would have ghosted you, you probably ended up with Blake. It is what it is. All right? Probably ended up with Blake. But nonetheless, hold on. Oops. And finally, we see Edmond and KB, right? And yet another conflict. Edmond complains in front of Nick and Annie that he doesn't hear positive things from her, right? Doesn't hear positive things from KB. And KB was in earshot. KB was hearing him. And she's like, what you say? What you mean? And she immediately shuts him down, right? She's like, we're not doing this tonight. We're not doing this tonight. We're not doing it here. We're not doing it tonight. You had all day to talk to me. So she had a bad day. He's not getting the affirmation that he wants. And because he's not getting the affirmation that he wants, and there are other people getting positive affirmation, Edmond wants positive. And when I say she shut him down like a child, she shut him down like a child. Like, no, we're not doing that. No, this is not what we're doing. She really went in on him, right? Please don't. She went to the bathroom. She cried a little bit. The production, she cried. She's like, please don't talk to me. Don't talk. And she stayed away from this dude for the rest of the night. And he was like, I love you. No, I need more. Don't tell me that now. I need more than that. Don't tell me I love you. Don't talk to me. We saw the KB, right? Not the proper good social worker KB. We saw the KB from South Florida KB. The KB that from the hood KB. That came up. That came out, and that came up. All right? Yo. These 3 episodes was a mixed bag. All right? It was a mixed bag. We had some truly heartwarming moments with Jordan and Megan's family, right? Some incredible, bizarre moments, like him eating chicken in a smoothie, right? A whole lot of unresolved tension that we have here. We got unresolved tension between Edmond and KB. Got unresolved tension between from Joe and Madison, right? It's a lot of unresolved tension. And I'm interested to see what the next episodes have in store for us, right? Yo, the castmates are everybody's doing interviews these days. So if you haven't watched them, go find one. They're doing interviews early, which I don't know why. Giving information away, giving stuff away, but they're doing interviews. So go find an interview. You can catch up on it. Catch up on 1 through 6. If you haven't watched 1 through 6, 7 through 9 was okay. Wasn't the best, right? Didn't have that much drama as you wanted. Had a mixed bag. A little bit of drama, a little bit of heartwarming moments. Hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Hey, keep rocking with us. Let me know what you think of this episode of Love is Blind. Hey, thanks for tuning in. All right. Hey, I hope I did great with the breakdown. Hey, but subscribe, don't hit the bell notification, and look out for the next episode of my review of Love is Blind. Peace.